Hmm. Oh. Yes!
Let's go to Stygian Umbra with Shade Splitters. Yeah, yeah. Just a little bit. I used to talk theology more on the Pangburn Discord. They do a bunch of debate hosting, but it's gotten a little less lively there. Let's see, Flash Freeze, Icy Silophytes, Making of a Morsel, and Life Mother's Pyre. Let's see. I had a bit the other day where I talked about, I think, Tethys' scales with, going back and forth, I think Tethys' scales with Icy Silophytes are probably good. I was talking about, like, content creators doing political stuff, and I think every content creator should be political. I don't really want to listen to or hear non-political content in the modern day. I haven't done Dire Channel Soul Guard like this entire time, but I feel like Umbra's not the right place to do it, because Dire Channel needs to occupy the back half of the car, and that's kind of premium space when we're talking about these guys. So what do I need? The Icy Silophyte probably needs somebody to stand in front of them. We've got Vampire Kale and Dominion Seraph, Frenzy Archeon. This is probably not a big deal compared to these two. So Vampire Kale, I need to be outputting a lot of damage. Ideally quick damage. We've not been offered our really good sweeper. I'm tempted to just go Titan Channel because Titan Channel has been working for me in the other runs. So let me just do that. That's true. Yeah. I think a lot of times people use the phrase of, like, that's political or I don't want to be political as an excuse to not talk about things they should be talking about a heck of a lot more. And that is disappointing, depressing, somewhere in the middle of that. Do I just put Soul Guard at the top and feed him morsels? I don't think he eats while he's in stasis. That's a problem. So I think I'm feeding morsels on this car, and then he's up top where I'm casting. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Stop being political. Yep. We got a good suite of starting morsels here. I'm assuming Soul Guard will not eat that. Indeed, he did not. That'll collect the collector. We're dealing with the miscreants, so that's good. I might need to deal more damage to this guy. No, I'm always in that same, like, mode of, like, goddamn people. We have to be able to talk about these things. It's kind of fucked up if you think we can get away with not talking about them. Like, to people, anyways. What do I need to do to win? This is Uriel. We're almost certainly not beating him on the bottom car, so I need to incant maximize here for a really beefy Soul Guard. Which probably means I need this Magma Morsel for now, and I just do this. And since Uriel's getting all the way to the top before we kill him, yeah, we're not going to do almost anything to him down here. I need to make sure these cars are as clear as possible, which is going to be tough. I can't really kill these guys. I can feed this guy some more morsel miners, though. Do this into this. Right, yeah. I think this is probably the turn when I wake up Soul Guard so that he has time to eat the morsels. Cast out all our spells, then we resurge, and this stat block should beat Uriel. Oops. I accidentally scrolled a little bit. This is going to be a weird run depending on what I get offered. Those don't really help or change things. I'll take an offering token. It's not really what I wanted to see. I think a Space Prism's helpful right now. I don't really know what I'm aiming for. I kind of want to get an Umbra unit so I can have a better Gorger. Dualism, multi-strike. Okay. I get a Power Lifter? Hell yeah. Multi-strike up that bad boy. I have Dualism the Construct before. I don't really think it's necessary. I don't think I want to Dualism the Silophyte. Duplicating? What would we duplicate? No. Got nothing that works really well with duplicating. So I've got bottom car, Shield Steward. Top car is not a Shield Steward. Remove one of those. I'll remove the Spear Steward too. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm actually always on board to talk politics or religion. For the most part. Sometimes I'll get distracted by the run. Because I don't want to slow down the run too much at any point in time. We are clearing lurking miscreants. That's good. Oh, dang it. There's an argument for playing this miner down here, but no, I think I just let the Shield Steward die and move on. Gonna have to let that go. We're still clear enough. This is working out. That's a good stat block. Yeah, Silophyte dies, we clear the Miscreant. (14 times 8 is probably a good stat block. Here we go. Second offering token. Less exciting than the first offering token, but I'm still taking it. Nice. Let's see over here. It's really funny if that's the part you came in on. I can take the Shadow Eater, but I need to get capacity. And the Shadow Eater can, kind of work together with the Icy Silophyte. It needs a constant feed. I might need to do something like a holdover Shade Splitter. So I've been screwed over so many times by falling short on this. It also has to compete with the Alloyed Construct. I think we're not taking these? No, I've got to be taking one of these just for a health block. Let me take this just to have a 50 health guy. Consume. I don't have any consumable parts. 15 power and consume doesn't work. Double stack we could do on a flash freeze. It's not very good. If I had like a spell chain here, we could do some funny stuff. So I could do like spell chain, space prism, card duplicate it. No intrinsics either. Ah ha ha! That's the new alert noises. I want to add more and randomize them a bit so it's different sounds. Man, just when I said I didn't care about multiplying my stuff. Well, if I'm adding one thing, it's probably going to be an extra space prism. Let me just do that. Yeah, I have a really cool one for what's it called? The sound effect I've got for raids is this boss stinger. Dun 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 dun. So we'll have to see if I get raided at some point. Doesn't have to be today. We got plenty of time. Okay, so this Shadow Eater is just a brick of 50 health. It's difficult. You have to be in a really good position for it to feel good. So I've done the 5x a couple of times. I've done it on stings. It's pretty easy to do there since the stings kind of like set up your card draw for the rest of the run. But I've used the 5x very seldomly. You have to have a really like confident solution. Antumbra Assault. You. I don't have room to put this Antumbra Morsel. He dies if he goes back here, but I don't want to redraw him, so we'll do that. Actually, I should have maybe discarded him. I don't know. I could get more casts out of that. So we just leave our boy in stasis on the middle car. He doesn't really need to do work for a long time. He's going to be a lazy bones. While I build up his shards. I had no morsels that turn. Man, I hope I find something to do with the spell weakness later. It's really doing nothing for me right now. I want at least one space prism down here so that I can trigger the Shadow Eater sometimes. Maybe. Multi-strike 3, I should be able to clear that car. Yep, we clear enough of it. Token, making of Jade Splitter. 20 damage to enemy units. It takes 2 units to kill the Chosen Acolyte. If you don't kill the Chosen Acolyte, it doesn't matter much. I'm gonna focus my stats up here. Flash power. I need the stat block on the top 4 units to be pretty good. He's getting his health chipped away. He's having to fight maybe a little more than I might like. This Antumbra Assault, I'm not sure if it's playable, but I'm going to check. Okay, it's playable, but only on a morsel. We give him lifesteal. This guy doesn't survive 1 round, so there's not much point in feeding him. I actually think we just run everybody into the spikes in this case. I can't think of any other time I've used the 5x. Oh, no, there was one run that was really hilarious. I had a multi-striking Miser. He's the, like, 1-tile Avarice unit, and I 5x'd him. That was a hilarious run. Oop. 200 casually. If you can get by playing with Titan Channel Soul Guard, and you don't need him until the last round, he's gonna win the fight. If you need him in the middle, it gets dicey. Blazing Bolts is pretty cool as a card, and it's gonna get better because of the spell weakness, and because it upgrades itself. It's just a good card, honestly. It's a little difficult to upgrade. Do I want any of these guys? No. Our cars are mostly figured out. I need to upgrade the Silophyte a bit, and I could maybe upgrade the Shadow Eater so he's a better tank. I think I take... Oh, this is difficult. It's either Hell's Flame or Limbo's Solace, I feel. I don't need any size upgrades this run. Space Prisms take care of it. I think I need a card draw upgrade. Soulguard likes card draw quite a bit, more than others do. I kind of want this Merchant of Steel. I have another Merchant of Steel option in the next ring, so between these two are my options of upgrading my Sweeper. Ideally, I get it like multi-strike and plus attack, so that it does about 28 or so damage. It needs quick though, so well, it's better with quick. Maybe we can't get it quick for it. Yeah, just tripped over that super hard. I'm gonna go this way though. Steward's Quarters. I only have 2 Stewards left. Iron Tongue is very playable. Yeah, if I get Iron Tongue and I take quick with it, we're set in a really good way. Going from 3 attack up to 30 is pretty great. We can multi-strike with it too. Be a reroll here, I think. Unless I want to get the Strength Stone or the Heart Stone. Let me Heartstone the Shadow Eater, then I'll reroll. Speed Stone. Awesome. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, and then I can do Runestone or Shieldstone. Shieldstone on the Alloyed Construct is actually pretty helpful. I'm gonna do that. I've done this combo a lot. This is just to protect him from like incidental damage from bosses early during flying boss fights. But the unit already does enough work as he is. It just makes him a little bit more stable. Keep doing the Resurgence path. I think we're in a pretty solid game plan. But I can't take this Pyre Dampener. It locks me off of progressing my Blazing Bolts, and progressing that's going to be pretty important, I think, to doing damage on my middle car. I want to play the Shade Splitter, but playing this is more important. So we're going to delay our Alloyed Construct growth for a little bit. Let's see, so after eating this, he'll be striking at like 30x3. It's going to be a little hard for him to kill this Fallen Executioner. This guy's going to get through for 6. But after that, the extra damage from the Iron Tongue, I think, takes care of a lot of this. Well, not quite for this guy. I need to pump up the Santumbra Assault a bit. It's going to manufacture some very high-quality morsels. I don't want to play into this sap, so we're going to take another 6 damage. I have space for another morsel. This one's only 1 guy, so that we definitely beat. Yeah, we beat these next 2 floors. And we should be scaled up enough now. Let's see. Plays. That's what I was digging for. So Blazing Bolts, we have to get through the upgrades for it, and then it's upgraded for the entire run. So every time we cast it, now it's doing damage to a random enemy 4 times. It begins with once, then twice, and keeps scaling up. We don't want to upgrade it before it hits its final version, and we know it's on its final version because it no longer says Purge on the card. So now we can upgrade it at a regular shop. I don't want to play this guy anywhere. How much spell weakness do we get on him? Oh boy. Not a spotless run, but a pretty safe one overall. I think, I remembered one other time I've done the 5x. It was on Under Legion, that one consumable card that spawns 4 troop. Getting 5 copies of that. If you get some discounts on it first, it's pretty hype. It's a consumable card. It's not too much of a burden. It might be Drain here. I don't think Drain is necessary or helpful to the game plan. Not by enough. Shroud Spike. Shroud Spike is okay. This might be the run where I can play Excavation Eruption. I'm gonna try it. Where's my Magic Merchant? Okay, we pretty much need to go to this Magic Merchant. But I'm gonna try Excavation Eruption because I'm throwing out a buttload of spell weakness that might actually work. I don't think I need this Merchant of Steel, since I finished my unit upgrades. Yeah, I don't really care about upgrading the Shadow Eater. This Unstable Vortex is good, but the Merchant of Trinkets is also good. What is the Empyrean Well? Unfortunately, the things I want to duplicate are, like, spells, but they're not upgraded yet, so we really can't duplicate them. This is a bad Empyrean Well. This is a good Unstable Vortex. I only have 170 cash for this Merchant of Trinkets, which makes it almost equivalent to this Herzl's Hoard for me. So I'm just going to go over here and hold my money. Abyssal Prism versus Emot Tome. I think Emot Tome is better for us by a lot. We really don't have self-targeting spells yet. There are a couple that we can get, but we're not building wide floors. No Titan Stone, so I'm probably moving on. I could Immortal Stone the Shadow Eater to just have it as a continual 70 health blocker. I do not hate that. It's a pretty reasonable plan. And get rid of these stewards. It's not just that I'm not playing them, it's that I can't play them. They get in the way way too much. We're really secure, so we're taking challenges now. I need to get some good spell upgrades. Our next upgrade is probably energy, so that we can more easily play certain cards. I should have Antumbra'd, because I could Emot the Antumbra, and it's pretty good. Not enough space. He's probably going to die, but we don't want to shuffle him back in. I need to get a lot of spell discounts going. We're going to be doing over 50 damage, so we're good for him. No. Let's see. I have an offering token with Blazing Bolts and Excavation Eruption coming up. I can probably tutor one of those cards in. Right, the Iron Tongue is important. And if I play it, I'm not going to be able to play the other things I wanted to play. How important is it? We do 13x2. It's a lot more important in the Kale fight than it is here. Let me check one card deeper. This could come out energy positive and maybe let me play the Iron Tongue anyway. Space Prism's less important. So this is going to be... the first hit of this turns into 75 damage. I think that any hit of this turns into 75 damage. Well, 71 because they're Titan skin, but still, it was good. Now I can do that. And I need to flash freeze you to pick that up. Cool. Hey, I got value out of Excavation Eruption. It only took a shitload of spell weakness. Hey, that works too. I didn't want to emote it, though. That was a bit of a mistake. If I make that a lot cheaper, it could actually turn into a good value engine, I think. It is a little bit of a bummer because Shroud Spike was offered there, and it's a very good card, Shroud Spike. Especially when I have Making of a Morsel. Prioritize the feeding. It's not like I need to protect this Soul Guard. Oh, they left him at just the wrong HP value. I should have maybe killed him off at some point. Let's see. I want to emote Shade Splitter. I only have one card that costs any energy in my hand. Alright, yeah, we're not going to do much with the Undying one here. But let's see how he stands up to the 29 stack Soul Guard. This is with, like, non-upgraded spells, too. It's crazy. Well, I can almost certainly Blazing Bolts here. It's not like Antumbra Assault kills. I don't want to duplicate Blazing Bolts, though, right? I guess it doesn't matter much what I duplicate. That's pretty good. Yeah, we gotcha. That's with no conduit. That's just pure spell weakness. That seems fun. I don't need another one of these. Feast is, like, a little playable. Prism Retrieval doesn't really work with our current build. Feast is okay. It's solving the same problem as the Space Prisms. I think I don't really care to add it here. It'll need investment to work, and it's not really good enough. Definitely the Magic Shop. I need so many things at the Magic Shop. I have a holdover option. Holdovering a Making of a Morsel is not even bad. Yeah, I'm gonna do that this time. We're gonna hold over it, and I'm gonna give it a discount too. I need the discount off of this onto something. It's either Blazing or Excavation. Lay it on this. Then we're gonna Emberstone. Nope. We're going to Seek Stone. This Making of. And then Emberstone, this guy. So this is kind of a valid duplicator as well. We can definitely duplicate that card and not feel too bad about it. I'm going to add some extra damage there, which prices me out of the duplication, but it's something I really wanted to do. And now we are trimming the fat a little bit. I'm going to remove a Shade Splitter and a Forgone Power. Try and get our deck crunched down to more solidly focus on those upgraded cards. I'm feeling pretty confident here. We're going to have really consistent top floor scaling. Because we get to play and emote this Making of a Morsel every turn. Add that there. We don't need to use this Excavation Eruption. This Antumbra Assault is good, right? Yep. I'm going to cast the Forgone Power. Awesome. We won the 50-50. Didn't get a kill. Looking good. And unfortunately, this guy picked up lifesteal from the boss. He still loses, but he's going to drop my damage shields, which is expected. That's what's going to happen. Let's check for better play. Nope. I'm just going to throw this at these guys. I might need to hit them on the top floor with something. Let's see. 90 health Titan Skin 10 with 140 health Titan Skin 15. This guy's getting plus 18 plus 6, 24. So he's going to be hitting for about 100x3. This guy takes 100x2, and this guy doesn't die with the next attack after that. So I need to draw a damage spell, which I have on Blazing Bolts. Blazing Bolts will clear that floor. Okay, good. Kale showing up. The damage preview is better than I expected, but Kale showing up meant that Blazing Bolts was not a guaranteed clear on the floor anymore. I was a little worried. Shadow Eater dies. This is a good time for him to die. We're not taking any overflow damage beyond that. He's dying on this 9 damage hit. Guard maxing. I think we just do this. These two should die on the top floor. Yep. Keep making morsels, keep farming shards. We did get a life stealer in. This guy here. He just gets destroyed on the top floor. We're clearing the vampire cherubs on quick. The boss probably comes out with a lot of spell weakness, too. Get the work done there. Entumbra Assault. Actually, spell weakness. We can Entumbra Assault this. That's why I put the plus damage on it. This is a really good showing of Tethys' Scales. I don't seem to have anywhere to put this guy. We got it again on Soul Guard. Still obeying the same play patterns to, like, make sure, but seems as though our top car is not necessary for the endless rounds. Umbra Stone is really good, and so is Glutton's Maw. Shroud Mitosis is less important. I think Glutton's Maw is a bit better because we don't have survivability tricks on the Alloyed Construct, so we will need him to get a better stat line to survive Dominion and other things. Well, actually, for Dominion, we just put units in front of him a lot of the time. I still think this is more powerful between the two cards when we have a triple striker. Hell's Flame is going to help me out with a couple of rough turns. I think that the turns we have Iron Tongue and Glutton's Maw can be very restrictive. So I'm just going to give myself some breathing room with this. I think I can just go further on the Merchant of Magic, and that's fine. Like, I can discount more Shade Splitters, get more cards consumable, and it works pretty well to get me through my early turns. It can be a little rough. I think at the Merchant of Arms, we'll make the Iron Tongue deployable. We'll do that in this ring. So, which is better? I could get a room here. I can't get a room over here. That's a big difference. This Pyre Remains is redundant with what I'm going to take in Ring 8. I think this Merchant of Steel does nothing, but the Celestial Alcove could be good, and this Forgotten Boons is definitely good. I think this side is the stronger side, given that I can dump my gold into artifacts in the last ring. I'm just going to go full Titan Channel this game. See how ridiculously Lord we can be. Free Tome. Hellhorned, Awoken, and Lazarus. The Awoken Tome is pretty cool on our top floor. It might save us some damage on our guy. Yeah, I think that's the best choice. I would like it if they changed Fragile so that Corruption couldn't pop it, but as far as I know, taking damage from Fragile can cause you to die. Well, taking damage from Corruption can cause a Fragile unit to suddenly die. Literally all my units are fully upgraded. I'm not adding another unit. So the question is, do we want to duplicate a card? I haven't upgraded this Blazing Bolts. That's a no there. This is maybe the good reason to have gone to the Magic Shop. But I'm not sure what I would do with it. I already have a pretty solid game plan. I think I am going to duplicate the Excavation Eruption. And then move on. It does trouble me a little. The Excavation Interruption doesn't hit that hard. But I can't really afford to make it much better. I'm going to skip this Heaven Seal. I think it's risky, and I don't really need it. I think Athane probably gets her, what's it called? I think she's probably going to get her resolve effects off of the statue on the bottom floor. But the rest of this fight, I'm not super worried about. That card for now. Rather play the Excavation Eruption here. I was supposed to hit him with that. We're fine. Take one. We should definitely be strong enough to just quick kill this top floor. No, we're not killing the Avowed Gladiator. Oops. There we go. Had to slow down our scaling a smidge. Chomping these can get you more energy on the same turn, so Rebel Morsels have a little extra utility when the Glutton's Maw can trigger their eaten during your turn. It's kind of nice sometimes. I'm not doing very much with the Space Prisms. I probably take some damage if I don't wake up Soul Guard here, depending on what I draw. Let's see what we get. Not the best. I need to try and guarantee that I find one of these guys. There we go. Prioritizing morsels. This is a good time for the Shadow Eater to die, since I get a full HP Shadow Eater for the boss. Does not quite get us through the Chosen Prayer Stone. This is a bit unfortunate. Yeah, actually, forget about the Shadow Eater. I need a Blazing Bolt to the top floor. Blazing Bolt should be the second card played, I think. The thing I like most about the rewind feature is that it lets me play the game faster. Because I can make a mistake like that and then be like, oh wait, let me fix it, instead of having to spend every turn making sure I'm not making that mistake. Okay, you get your resolve. Fine, 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 fine. I guess this incant effect for Spikes 1 does not matter in the face of what Soul Guard is, because Soul Guard is friggin' huge. Need to do 1 damage here. But Antumbra Assault is not the card I want duplicated. Huge damage. And we're live, and we beat you. We're up 500-500. I wonder if there's a Titan Channel Soul Guard record that's like recorded in the endgame. They've added that in a couple places. Frost Piercer's going down on my top card. It's pretty awesome. Grovel and Gemtrove are both pretty good. We'll be going Grovel here. For energy concerns, we avoid the Calcified Ember. Yada yada. Coming over here to make something deployable. Zone of Silence is awesome. Zone of Silence is going to prevent a lot of corruption from coming out on our bottom card. It's going to be pretty good. Let's see. Sketches or rules? Rules of Containment, I think, is really mediocre right now. Judge's Scales does nothing for us. Sketches of Salvation does nothing for us. Rules of Containment just gets hugely outmoded by having a big sweeper. Ooh. These are all really good. I think it's going to be Chain of Gems and Founding Seal, and we skip the Split Anvil. Split Anvil's pretty good with Blazing Bolt. Blazing Bolt is not really our high priority play here. We're less concerned about spell costs and more concerned about some of these other big runes. The Founding Seal is the #1 thing we can't miss. Chain of Gems is just really good for stability on flying boss fights, and it's better for us than Split Anvil is. We could duplicate a card one more time. If I had taken Double Draw, I could duplicate the making of a morsel. It might still be the right play. Wait, we're equipping the Glutton's Maw on the top floor. The Frost Piercer's redundant. We're merging them. It's going to be a little difficult to play, but it is playable, and it's really good. We need to make sure the first thing that goes out is the Alloyed Construct. Got our Zone of Silence right away. That's awesome. I'm going to prioritize the Zone of Silence over some of these other plays because it prevents me from getting corruption from these misshapen fiends. And that's pretty huge. Should be making of a morsel here. So we have no way of stopping the corruption from going out, and I actually let him get the double strike on me, which I need to not allow to happen again. That was a mistake. I was supposed to put one of those morsels in front of the Alloyed Construct to avoid that. Let's see. We want to dig for our more consequential effects so we can get our combo equipment out as soon as possible. But yes, corruption is a worry, and we don't really have a game plan around it. I think I double the offering token here to try and dig for the equipment. Okay, didn't hit it. We can do that this turn. I'm going to hold the other one. Yeah, so I'm supposed to play this guy up front to block the strike trigger. We're still going to take the 4 corruption action trigger. There's not really a way around that. I need to soften these guys up a bit. Oh, that's bad. But it's just a thing that's going to happen. I don't have great cards to protect against it. Alright, we go into our secondary strat for maintaining the bottom car. I might cast this right away, actually. Those are really bad random targets. I got kind of screwed. I'm going to lose the Shadow Eater. Well, he's going to drop out of my hand. Okay. It might take a little bit to redraw the Shadow Eater. We'll have to see if that's like an existential crisis a little later. Because I need the Shadow Eater to turn into my secondary sweeper. I just messed that up. I need to play somebody in front of him with the gem necklace effect. So this one I can't allow that to be a mistake on. Okay, the quick strikes are not getting through to Seraph, which is a bit of a bummer, but Seraph's attack does get blocked. I'm very concerned about this wave, but I'm I think keeping my Soul Guard alive is a better win con. If Soul Guard has no corruption going into the very end, he's going to be monstrous for the boss to deal with. This is problematic. We're gaining stats pretty fast, but our draws are very restrictive now. This is going into the final wave. We'll take a decent bit of damage here. That wave can also inflict corruption on us, too. Hate that. So this guy's going to do about 27 to us. I think Soul Guard probably doesn't win here alone like this. I was supposed to block there, too. Guarantee that discard. Yeah, we'll restart this fight. I needed to replay the Shadow Eater immediately when he went down. It's the wrong way to start. Eh. Yeah, we had a few very important misplays that need to be corrected. I need to not trust that Excavation Explosion is going to do exactly what I want, for one. We still start up like this. Should be making of a morsel here. Get the offering token question again. I think I hold this frozen for now. I put permafrost on it for a reason. We have to hold it until turns where it's good or necessary or both. I am supposed to block an attack from him here. Just do that. That was a misplay. This is a little unsurprisingly easy to misplay on this fight. Him going down to 1 HP is pretty bad. I think what we're meant to do here is actually this. Saves the Silophyte. I have to take a bigger hit on the top floor for that. And we have to miss this play on the merged equip, which really sucks. but it is what it is. We're taking 18 here by the looks of it. Maybe 27. Yep, 27. That's no good. Need to draw a damage spell. A good damage spell. There's an argument for removing these flash freezes, actually. I'm gonna print a bunch of morsels. Need to put the ones with an attack value out whenever possible. We're gonna take another 27 or 30 something. And actually eat a rubble morsel down here, which does help a little bit. So we've got less top floor scaling now because of some of our necessary plays. This is bad. Okay, that helps a little bit. Okay, so we still lose the bottom floor for now. I need to replay the Shadow Eater. Excuse me. Right into the final wave, too. Shadow Eater comes out. I invent a bunch of energy. Let's see. Grovel here. Then I do this. And then I'm pretty sure I play these guys here, which cause the Misshapen Fiends to die, and that's crucial. With the Misshapen Fiends gone, Soulguard becomes much more likely to carry. If I can get rid of the Blightbound Guardian and the Deformed Duo, Soulguard should carry. Hit him. Sweet. That's just for safety, but we win. Because with this, there is no longer any source of initial corruption to hit Soulguard with on this floor. So Seraph has nothing to duplicate. He does not have his action to provide corruption here. So keeping Soulguard in stasis until the Relentless moment is really optimal for this fight. Now, we did go down to 55 health, which is a bit of a bummer. So hopefully we can get a better draw order in the next fight. I think this is a little tense. But Founding Seals do help us build a pretty big Soulguard pretty quickly. And we do have some fallback plans when we're drawing the wrong stuff. I don't know if a Stasis unit blocks Fire Hunt, so we're probably going to get to see that here. The Icy Silophyte is also immune to Sap. So I'm pretty sure we get to play all of the nonsense that comes in, because the Iron Tongue gives it an absolutely set attack value. It does. So it does block Fire Hunt? That's super sweet. Nice. I can block that, hit and spare the Alloyed Construct's damage shield. Pull up. Drop this. Cast this. This guy dies, but it's fine. I'm gonna hold these, so they're a bit more important. We have the option of emoting Pyrelight, but I find that's always overkill. I've never actually needed to do that, I think. Could double the Space Prism. I think I still need to be doubling the making of. I forgot the block. Oh well. I'm just going to give up Morsel Excavator to preserve damage shield. I'm comfortable with Perch and Spines in here. I spent out a Firelight. That's okay. Need to play a new Shadow Eater next turn, so I hope it doesn't coincide with my equipment draw. If it does coincide with my equipment draw, I try to Excavation Eruption. It did not. So we get to be okay. He's eaten up my Chain of Gems on the Shadow Eater. Let's see. I think I drop one or both of these to try and hit these Blightbound Guardians. Go energy positive so that we can get access to cooler stuff. Let's see. Antumbra Assault. And I can grovel. Maximize attack value a little bit. Do I have another Space Prism in here? I do. I probably want to Space Prism this bottom floor once. There's almost no reason not to play these. Okay, let's see. I'm going to double the making of Morsel, and then Space Prism, bottom floor, Wildwood Tome you. These out. This. There. Okay, we'll take some trample damage on the Silophyte. Which does mean the Silophyte's going to get Corruption. That might turn into a problem. Actually, no, wait, it won't get Corruption. Corruption is a resolve at the start of the turn. Yeah, it's just damage overflow, pure and simple. Play this again. That's looking good. Making of. Guys out here. Play those. Part of how I should have actually done that is use the Forgone Power to discard one of them. So I should have kept one of those in my hand. There's our merged equipment. Took you long enough. I probably cannot play into that incant safely. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure. Our scaling on the top floor has been a little slow. Of course, we have no Relentless round to choose when, like, conveniently to bring in Soul Guard. I just have to use my best judgment. I think that might be now. Okay, 64 times 15. Let me just send it. I need fewer units on this floor, and I need to speed up my savagery kill. Yeah, it's a pretty big chunk out of him, but it is a little late. We're doing good work there. Still do making up. I'm supposed to play that in front of him. Keep making that mistake. Ditch the Curse of Entropy. More stuff. Assault you. Got some troubles here that I cannot fix. Okay. So we have to adjust the game plan to not having a sweeper from here on. Top floor is only slightly behind schedule. We can start feeding Soul Guard now. I think this is going to be messy, but it looks like we get through it. I mean, we're still very close to a thousand stat block. I can block a lot there, but multi-strike 3 is a hell of a drug. 25 3 times. It can kill the guy in the middle if it hits him twice, but the odds are not with me on it. Didn't happen. I have neglected to bring out the Shadow Eater. I need him on board. I need him on board just so we don't lose him in the deck, because I might need to play him on subsequent rounds. Okay, we've got Savagery. Dominion is dealt with, so it's all Entropy. So the problem is we've been using the Alloyed Construct to clear floors, so we haven't been hurting Entropy. This would be a great time for me to have taken that Trample Tome for Soul Guard. Also silenced here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, he's going to get smacked, and we're fine with it. Guys have no spell weakness. I don't need damage shield Soul Guard any day of the week. This guy's toast no matter what we do. Having a life stealer is great. We're going longer than I want to, for sure. So the way we want to play this at this point is I need to bring in 2 things for the Shadow Eater to eat, so he gets rid of the Chosen Supplicant, some of the other basic targets. Soul Guard gets a clean hit on Entropy this round. That helps a good bit. I need the Alloyed Construct to get some clean hits too, because that's about 700 damage when he gets there. Okay, the Chosen Assassin blocks me from using the Shadow Eater. I'm not going to be able to draw into a kill spell for these guys. So my Alloyed Construct next round will get some damage on Entropy. I'm not getting any out of Soul Guard here. I probably need to wake up Soul Guard earlier and make a couple fewer misplays along the way. Let's see if we can get through it. I need to keep a Hawkeye on my, like, damage taken prediction. Oh, we got it. We got it. Okay. Oh, Frost Piercer got it for me. Yep. That amount of Frostbite is going to take care of it. Okay, good. Good. That was a bit close. Yeah, Trample would have been a big asset there. I definitely hurt for lacking Trample. And I feel like the Wildwood Tome probably didn't help that much. But it wasn't the Wildwood Tome versus the Umbra Tome that I was picking. It was Umbra Tome versus something else. I'm forgetting what else was offered in that pack. I got a new record for Shard applied. We mastered Excavation Eruption. I always like it when I master a card on a run where it's not just incidentally in the deck, but it is upgraded and I'm actually playing it.